I'm in a new location. I'm at my dad's house. I'm spending the week in Tulsa. I have a haircut now. Everything is great. My dog is freaking out. Hello, everyone in this YouTube world. What time is it? Summertime. That's right. Say it loud. Today, we are going to be covering High School Musical, the series, Season 3, Episode 1. The Wildcats are headed to summer camp. And not just any summer camp. This camp is very notorious in the show because it's the camp where Nene and EJ were the leads in Music Man. That was mentioned all the way back in Season 1, and it's kind of funny because this season really pulls a lot from Season 1 just based off of this first episode. And I really like how we started off with the main cast of the season. We have EJ, Gina, Courtney, Ashlyn, and Carlos, and they're all heading to Camp Shallow Lake. So I'm kind of upset because they demoted Big Red and Seb this season. I feel like they would have played very key roles in the production of Frozen. Yes, that's right. They're putting on the production of Frozen. And also, why is it a 2-week camp? I mean, whenever I was 13, I did a summer Broadway boot camp where we put on the musical 13. If you guys don't know what that musical is, it's pretty much High School Musical in middle school, but a little bit more raunchy. It's where Ariana Grande and Liz Gillies got their roots on Broadway. But it takes a while for choreography, for lines to be memorized. Like, it just doesn't make sense that it would only be 2 weeks to do a documentary and a theatrical performance of Frozen. The What Time Is It? Start the Party mashup is iconic. However, the version that airs in the episode doesn't really incorporate Start the Party as much. It's just like, what time is it? Start the party. Like, that's literally all you get with this mashup. I just want to say, my homegirl, Sophia Wiley, Gina, this is her main character arc season, and I am so excited. I think she's going to play a very pivotal role this season. I really like how the creators kind of are taking Sophia Wiley as the secondary lead and putting her in the main lead position. I think she's going to play a very pivotal role of this production of Frozen. Whenever they first arrive at Camp Shallow Lake, it's really giving me Camp Rock vibes, but like, that's not a bad thing. I like that we're kind of steering away from High School Musical just a little bit. However, I felt like they did that too much in the second season, but I feel like they're gonna bring it back just a little bit in the third season because of the amount of guest stars and just the setting and the vibes it's giving off. Oh my goodness, it is so great to see Olivia Rodrigo back. I know she's probably going to be taking a big step back this season, which we completely understand. A queen's gotta make her Grammys. She's gotta make the songs that we're all gonna cry to. I kinda feel sorry for them, cause they'll never know you the way that I do yet. Pictured I was driving home to you. We did it. I knew Olivia Rodrigo wouldn't be in this season as much, but I figured she wouldn't appear until more the end of the show, because in the opening scene, they do mention that Nene's going to be on a trip to California with her moms, which I kind of like that arc. We're kind of taking Nene's arc and putting Olivia Rodrigo's real life into it. I think it just makes the most sense for the character and for Olivia Rodrigo to be able to make a peaceful and gracious exit of the series. However, I kind of hope she just takes a step back this season and she can come back fully in the next season, because I feel like there's a lot more we can see with Nene as a character. But if she did make her exit, it would totally make sense why. So once we go back to Camp Shallow Lake, it's really exciting to see Sophia Wiley in this sort of role, because I don't know if you guys know, but Sophia Wiley was in another Disney show called Andy Mack. She played a very pivotal and kind of a historical role. So Andy Mack introduced I think the first coming out scene we've seen on Disney Channel, and that's when Cyrus just straight up comes out to Sophia Wiley's character, and I think the way they did it was so natural, and because of that scene, I really appreciate Sophia Wiley and her dedication to that scene, because I think I watched an interview she did with the actor she shared that scene with, and they were talking about how they prepared for that scene, and you can just just kind of read it because it feels very natural. And even though they don't say the words, I'm gay, you still understand what exactly is happening. And it feels very natural. And I think that is such a positive portrayal of a coming out scene on a Disney show. And that's something that's very prevalent on High School Musical, the series, because so many characters are part of the LGBTQ plus community, and they're represented in a way where being gay isn't their whole entire personality, which I love and appreciate, because there are many times in TV shows nowadays where LGBTQ plus characters are just played like a stereotype, and we need to kind of steer away from that because it's not becoming accurate. And I feel like if we have people looking up to that, then it's gonna cause a lot more harm. I also feel like this is gonna be a big season, not just for Gina, but the trio of girls. So that's Ashlyn and Courtney as well, because I feel like they're both gonna have revelations this season. Ashlyn is away from Big Red. Courtney is away from Nene, her boyfriend. So I think these two characters will develop a lot more this season. I'm not exactly sure what roles they will play into this full-on production, but I feel like they're gonna be a good chunk of the season. I feel like there's a reason why the creators chose these characters to go to this summer camp, is so they could develop more going into their senior year, because honestly, not everyone stays friends in high school. There are friends that break apart. I know I've had many friend groups and people I've been friends with throughout high school. It's nothing against anyone. It's just people grow apart and we grow to be different people, and it's natural, and that's just a part of life. A lot of times Disney likes to paint high school as a dream-like state. Like, we always hear the, oh, I wish I had the Disney Channel prom or the Disney Channel graduation, but that's kind of unrealistic expectations. That, and I was also depressed during my prom, my high school graduation. Anyways, I really like how Nene was given lines mentioning Camp Shallow Lake and the importance of that camp to her, because it really does connect that thread, and it shows how important the camp was for her and how it furthermore developed her to the Nene she was in season 1. And I feel like we're gonna see that similar arc with these other characters. This episode really just hones in on season 1 vibes, just that kind of documentary sort of aspect. And I'm kind of happy they're bringing it back, because I wish they would have kept with that concept in season 1, because they kind of just started that and then they threw it away and they did something different, which is fine, because I really want to see how it affects the overall story, because it's an interesting sort of meta aspect of it that we haven't seen before, but we almost saw in season 1. It is revealed that there is a celebrity guest at this camp, not only Jason Earls playing, I think he's the camp owner. So it is revealed that the celebrity guest is Corbin Bleu, and they're gonna put on this documentary of a production of Frozen. I kind of like the way they're setting up this season, because I feel like they're kind of rebooting this whole series into something different, but also going back to the roots of the show. We have these Disney stars from the past coming with these new stars from the present, singing Camp Rock, High School Musical, and Frozen songs at the summer camp that's giving very Camp Rock vibes. And they're putting on a documentary for Disney Plus featuring Wildcats that put on a production of High School Musical at the original high school where High School Musical was filmed at. How much more meta can this show get? It's kind of getting more confusing for a general audience. It's kind of become a parody of the show, just starting off with the name in itself. This show does give me very much old Disney Channel vibes, and I really enjoy the way they're going about things. I think they're gonna call this documentary Frozen the Musical, the documentary. I feel like it would just be funny, and it would just provide commentary on the title of the series. And also, this is just a critique. I wish the orchestrated suite throughout this episode wasn't the same like high school sound effects. You know, you hear that band, the drum beat and all that. I wish it was more so strings and camp vibes. Let's do some Camp Rock kind of instrumental strings or something of the sorts to kind of give it that summer camp vibe. I really hope they try to take risks and really hone in on the nostalgia and meta-ness that this season is really bringing. When are we gonna mention Jump In? Because no one's talking about Jump In this show. No one's talking about Push It to the Limit. Jump In is a underrated Disney Channel original movie. We got Keke Palmer. We got Double Dutch. I rest my case. And I really kind of hope they feed more into the real life Wildcats kind of aspect of the series, because it is interesting that these characters are from the actual East High and they're kind of going through experiences similar to the old Disney Channel characters went through. And I really like that aspect. That's why I really love this show. And I really hope it doesn't turn into Glee, where the other half of the show is just extremely off the rails. We can talk about Glee. I have a lot of opinions about Glee. The plot line where EJ is the director, that just makes sense. I mean, he's been at Camp Shallow Lake for a long time. He's been the lead character in many of these productions, so he is the obvious choice to be a director. I don't really know why he's kind of arguing that, because it does make sense for him because he's older. It's his last summer at Camp Shallow Lake. Of course, they're gonna put him in a more leadership position. Are we just not gonna talk about how there's low-key a Ricky Bowen hate club? There's one mention by the Wildcats of him, and then he's never talked about from the Wildcats. I understand. I'm going to address it. The Olivia Rodrigo drama was a lot. Not sure how much of it was actually true. It was iconic. It may have been a PR stunt. Olivia Rodrigo got her coin. Sabrina Carpenter got her coin. Joshua Bassett may have gotten his coin. I feel like the internet just blew this situation completely out of proportion. Going through a really public breakup or a falling out with someone is never an easy experience, and it actually hurts a lot more than something happening in private, coming from personal experience, but you do learn to grow a lot from it. Okay, so that's kind of all my thoughts I have on the first episode. I am now going to give my predictions for the cast list of Frozen, because I think I know who is going to play who. So first, drum roll please. I think Gina is going to be playing Princess Anna. It just makes sense for the arc of the show. This is her season to really shine and be that main character. I think Courtney is going to play Elsa. And there's just several shots in the trailer of season 3 that kind of prove that point to me. But Courtney's gonna kind of go on a journey this season where I feel like she's gonna grow a lot more independently, and I feel like that's gonna come out in her playing Elsa. Hopefully that happens. With that, I do think they are gonna double back and give Ricky the lead male role as Kristoff. Do I think it's redundant at this point of giving Ricky all the lead roles? Yes. Like, I understand, but it also makes sense for the storyline and for the triangle they're trying to set up with EJ, Ricky, and Gina that I guess the fans of the series want. I really don't care either way, to be honest with you, because I really want to see more of their characters shine through, less of this love triangle, but I think this season's gonna steer a lot towards that love triangle. I think the new character Jed will be playing Hans. He can sing, and I think he's going to give a lot to this season, and I think he's also going to have an important arc. Now comes to the part where I'm kind of split on. I'm really split on who's going to play Olaf. I think it's either going to be Maddox or Ashlyn, because Maddox is a new character, and I think it's interesting to note the girl who plays Maddox was actually a finalist to play Olivia Rodrigo's role, Nini, and I think that's just very interesting because now she's in the show, and that kind of makes me think that they're gonna make Maddox a main character to kind of replace the hole in the show that Olivia Rodrigo may leave behind if she does choose to permanently exit the series. I need someone to sing Introducing Me. If we're gonna do the whole Camp Rock vibe, I need to see Introducing Me. I need to see This Is Me. Gina singing This Is Me. I feel like I'm a lot more excited to hear these characters sing Camp Rock songs than I am High School Musical songs. I really am excited for what this season brings, but it also could turn into a very weird sort of route. Kind of hope they don't take it that route. We will see in the coming weeks. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my YouTube video. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter at TyTyWhitehead, and I will see you guys in another video. Goodbye, you guys. I love y'all.